city of Benghazi. Now, young Libyans from inside and outside the country are playing their part in the push for change. They've been using social media to keep the rest of the world informed.
One of the most active groups on Twitter in particular has been the Libyan Youth Movement. Omar Amer is from that group and he joins us now on the phone from Manchester in Britain. Omar Amer, good to talk to you. Tell me about the establishment of the Libyan Youth Movement.
Hi, good morning, Virginia, and thank you for having us today on the show. The establishment of the Libyan Youth Movement is set up by Libyans outside Libya, across the Western world, namely the UK and North America. Now, what we do is we have contacts. We anticipated February the 17th after the fall of Mubarak and Ben Ali, and we set up contacts across Libya throughout every city from border to border, and we ring them up various times of the day and provide updates in real time via Twitter and Facebook. And we even find the media actually asking us questions, and we provide contacts to the media. So we played a pivotal role in the revolution in Libya.
Indeed, and I've been following the Twitter feed of the Libyan Youth Movement, and it seems to be highly informed. Has it been risky for your contacts inside Libya to feed you this information?
Initially, it was quite risky, but we've not been doing it using landlines. We've had other means. We've had what we call a plan B, because people were calling various media outlets such as Al Jazeera and then finding themselves arrested after that. So we've been using other secured means, which I do not wish to disclose on TV at this moment because Tripoli is still not secure. But very quickly, the eastern part of Libya was secure and freed, and now various cities across the west are finding themselves free, and Gaddafi no longer has any authority there whatsoever. So it's very easy now for us to get information, and there's a flood of videos and pictures we are providing across the world at the moment.
And indeed, we're hearing that Zawiya is also pretty much fallen to the rebels as well, as those small towns closer and closer to Tripoli, where Gaddafi loses control. Is that your understanding too?
That's exactly our understanding. As far as things stand at the moment, Zawiya is 100% free. However, he has stationed his troops across the 3 entries and exit points of Zawiya. Now, Zawiya and Misrata are of vital importance because these are the 2 biggest cities nearest to Tripoli, and the revolution is finding itself getting closer and closer and closer to his palace in the centre of Tripoli. So we have reports now that Misrata is seeing a few clashes on the outskirts, but more and more towns see themselves falling in the hands of the protesters as the revolution goes along. And every single city in Libya knows that they have to help Tripoli in order to oust Gaddafi, because he's not a man to resign or step down, such as Mubarak or Ben Ali. He will stay there, and the problem is that what we fear is that he's going to try and take Libya down with it. He's already tried to cause division, and we've only showed unity. And he's also accused us of being terrorists and affiliated with foreign terrorist groups. We don't have that problem in Libya, and we never have had that problem in Libya. We're all peaceful. We want a peaceful country, and all we want is our freedom. And he is the terrorist, and he at the moment is the worst terrorist in the world.
So what do you fear will be his response as the protesters and the rebels get closer to Tripoli and into Tripoli? How rough will the crackdown be?
Now, this is a question we keep asking ourselves, and people even as far as East Libya, where they've seen freedom for quite a few days now, they're worried what kind of counterattack Gaddafi is going to provide. Word on the street is he's running out of troops, he's running out of mercenaries, he's running out of all sorts of support because of what he did. Even people close to him are actually, they're actually defecting and joining us, the people of Libya, because what he did is an outrage. What he did will be studied in history classes for the rest of time across the world. Now, we just fear that he may have something hidden under his sleeve, and he will try to use that. He may have...
Sorry to jump in there. Given that that's the case and that seems to be the fear held widely around the world, what, if anything, do you want the international community or the neighbouring countries to Libya to do?
Now, the international community and neighbouring countries, it's very dangerous, this question, and very sensitive. The Libyans are completely against foreign intervention in terms of military aid. All we want is aid in terms of hospitals, such as medical equipment and food and water, things such as this. We don't want military aid at all. The eastern Libyan border is now open, and many journalists have found themselves coming in, and we're actually very happy about that. We've helped the media get into Libya, and we're now trying to work on the western part of Libya, because with the media in Libya, there's only certain things Gaddafi can do, because the world has already spoken out against him. We saw it in the UN yesterday. And all those sanctions they imposed, we were actually asking for those sanctions imposed against Gaddafi. And one of the best ones is the fact that he has to be referred to the Hague, the court. So we're actually seeing positive steps. It took the world a long time to react, a very long time, and it's actually a shame that in the 21st century it's requiring people such as us, we're students or we're newly graduated, and it's taken us to tell the world what's actually going on in Libya. And that's quite a disappointment, but we're actually happy with the stage we're at now.
Do you believe that if the world had have acted earlier and if sanctions had have been imposed, there would have been fewer deaths than, say, the presumed 2,000 in Libya?
Well, yeah, I totally agree with that because, well, I totally think that anyway, because what happened at the beginning is we were telling the world, while Benghazi was under siege, where my home city, we were telling the world, listen, 600 people have died today in Benghazi, this is happening, that's happening, Darna, that's happening, Bayla. The world just ignored us, and they were still bringing pop stars and whatnot as headlines, and we were trying to tell the world, listen, this is happening. Nobody believed us. Finally, videos started to come out, because you have to remember he closed the phone lines and the net communications. So finally, when videos started to come out, people actually started to stand up and notice. And now if you look at the situation, it's actually calming down to a certain degree. Most of the country is becoming free because there's only so much Gaddafi can do, because he realizes everything he's doing is being leaked out of the country. So the media has now got Libya on its headlines, and Gaddafi is still playing the card that we're the terrorists, that we're the ones, and Tripoli is calm, and all these areas in Libya are calm, and the liberated cities are screaming, and they want the regime to come back to those liberated cities because there's looting. We're getting the opposite. My family live right there in Benghazi right now, and they tell me that we're very happy. We've never seen this for 42 years. So we're grateful of the world now, but had they come sooner, maybe, you never know, the death toll wouldn't have been so high.
Omar Amer, just finally, if the Libyan democracy movement is successful, and if you do manage to topple the regime in Tripoli and get rid of Muammar Gaddafi, what steps into that power vacuum?
Now, I was worried about this prior to February 17th, very worried about this, because Gaddafi owned everything. Him and his family owned everything in Libya. Now, what we're seeing in the east of Libya, there is no security, there is no nothing. But the people have actually stood up, and we're not getting any reports of any looting or anything. They've formed an interim government, and they're actually waiting before they can announce any elections or anything. They're waiting for Tripoli. They call Tripoli the capital of Libya, and they're waiting for Tripoli to be liberated. Once that happens, I'm 100% sure the Libyans will come together like never before. We're all very, very excited about freedom in Libya. We never thought we'd see it in our lifetime, at least. And this has come as a complete shock and a surprise, and we're all very excited. And I have 100% faith in the Libyan people that we will stand united and we'll form a government very quickly. And then soon we can have elections, and we will see a very, very new North Africa, which everybody, especially from Australia, who have history given the World War in Libya, we'd like to see them back in Libya, touring the country, and they'll be welcomed with open arms, as well as the rest of the world.
OK. Omar Amer, good to talk to you, and we'll talk again. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Bye.
And in what could be a possible pointer as to where things are going in Tripoli, the Guardian newspaper in Britain